Hey everybody, this is John McGraw from John McGraw Photography. Today I'm going to do some FPV drone flying. I have the Mavic FPV drone, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to be able to show you what's in my goggles and also some of the video while you're watching me here. There are a lot of hawks around here, so I have to be really careful. I'm going to stay low and kind of avoid them. So if you see me kind of doing some different things, it's just because there are a lot around and I don't want to hurt them or my drone. So what I do is I just hit both arrows or both sticks down into the middle, and it's taken out my drone that's over to the side there. I do have a spotter with me, so when you're flying FPV, you do want to have a spotter. I fly the drone a little bit away before I put on my goggles so that I can see where the drone is and what's going on. So now I have it in normal mode, and what that's going to do is allow me to fly, but it also gives me a lot of safety features where the drone will notify me when I'm really close to things, and it'll actually stop my progress if I'm going too close to something. So I'm just kind of going down towards the end of this creek here, flying, not going too low. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here and I'm going to spin around, and then I'm going to come back towards this opening. So right there, I'm going to spin around. I'm still in normal mode. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch this button right here to sport mode, and that disables a lot of the features, the safety features. And I'm just going to tilt down just a little bit. And so now I can go really fast, get really close to stuff. It still will notify me when I'm too close, but you really don't want to be using that notification as something to really slow you down, because a lot of times you're really close to something by the time it notifies you. So I'm just kind of going slow right here. Like I said, there's a lot of birds around, so I just want to kind of see where they're at. I'm just flying along the shore, and now I'm just going to pick up speed just a little bit. And I'm just using the joysticks. I'm going a little bit to the left there. Just going along. You just saw a little notification because I got too close to something. And now I'm just flying along the shore, and I'm going to pick up speed a little bit. I'm going to stay low here because those birds are up high there. The great thing is with these goggles, I can see where they're at for the most part, unless one dives down on me, which hopefully it doesn't. And I'm just going to go right along that shore. I kind of went slow because I wanted to see where the birds were, and I didn't want to hurt anything. I wanted to see what's going on in this area. Now I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit. I still see those birds up high. Hopefully they're going to stay up there. Now I'm going to pick up the pace a little bit. So I'm using my joysticks. I'm going a little bit lower towards the rocks there. It gave me a little bit of warning that I was pretty close to something. So I just kind of adjusted. Now I'm spinning around to the side there, and I'm really picking up speed, really going fast. It's got a lot of red there because I was really close to stuff. So another feature that it has is the manual mode, where you can do every different movement you want. So now I'm just going to turn it into manual mode, and then I'm going to use the sticks. I'm going to use that green arrow down at the bottom, that stick. I just needed to hold it in place there. And now I'm able to do things like dive straight down. Again, I want to make sure that I'm staying away from those birds, so I might not go over too far. But I can really control the spin. I can control where I'm going. I can move a lot smoother, a lot slower, have a lot of different actions that I couldn't do on the other sport and normal mode. Just spin around nice and slow. When in doubt, if you ever lose control or just don't feel comfortable, there's a pause button where my middle finger is right now, where I could hit that and it'll stop automatically like that. Boom. It just stopped right in place and put me in normal mode. I can gather my directions or just kind of gather myself and then start flying again. And then I can fly, put it back into sport mode, fly along. And then if I want to, I can go right back into manual mode. So I'm gonna look around, see where those birds are. I don't see any around me. I'm gonna go up a little bit higher, and then boom, right back into manual mode. I move that stick down to that green arrow, and then boom, I can go flying down, woof, right down to the water and pull back up, spin around, do all kinds of really nice moves. So that's the FPV drone, just flying here in Kentucky, doing a little traveling this week with my wife. And I have a spotter here, so my wife is behind the camera. So always have a spotter when you're flying an FPV drone, so that somebody is seeing where you're flying. What I do when I land is I have a bunch of birds right around me actually right now. Check me out. So I always take off my goggles. I look at where my drone is, and then I bring it down for a landing. For that reason right there. So when I see what's around me, I'm reaching up here. people around me. I of course have a spotter with me as well, but it's always good for me to look when I'm landing it or taking it off. That's what I like to do.